Hey gang, can you believe it? It has been 40 years since AC/DC released Back in Black in 1980. Just unbelievable how time flies. Well, to celebrate the 40th anniversary, I thought we'd do these two licks. And I also want to tell you that in my guitar school, which you can link to in the description below, I've pulled out all the stops on the lesson, done the full lesson, the rhythm, both leads, the main lead and the lead at the end with that searing outro lick. Also, how to get the sound, and even a bunch of outtakes. So I really put a lot of work into it. You might want to check it out, and I hope you enjoy it. Anyway, we are going to do two licks right here and now, so let's enjoy these first, okay? So these are two iconic licks from Back in Black. All right, gang, let's do lick number one. The tab is below in the description of the video. If you want to click on that link, you can get it. All right, here we go, lick one. Super useful lick. Angus used it all the time, and you can use it as well in this setting or in other rock settings or even blues settings. It's all out of a minor pentatonic scale here on the 12th, and in fact the typical blues box position from that, or some people call it position 1, whatever. It's this one right here. I suspect most or many of you already know that one. All right, so let me play the lick slowly, and then we'll break it down a bit. All right, so basically, this is a pretty straightforward lick, but it does have one little twist, and I think the most difficult thing about it is the picking, so I'll talk a little bit about that. So we're going to start out here on the E string 12, and I start that with an upstroke and then continue with down up or alternate picking after that. So I start out on an upstroke on that E string. I find that's a real key to getting this lick. Then we're going to go B15 to 12, G14, and now back up to B12, G12, and D14. Give it some nice vibrato at the end. All right, so now technically it's going to be a little bit difficult to execute the up-down picking on that second string. So you can, if you'd like to, do a pull-off from 15 to 12, like so. And that sounds just fine. That sounds really good, in fact. So if that's easier for you, please go ahead and do that. All right, so that's lick number one. All right, here is lick two. Want to remind you again that you can get the tab by clicking on the link in the description. Okay, really cool lick here, and in fact it's more of a motif than a lick. Angus uses it as the main motif in the introduction to his solo. Okay, key to this one is the drone that's going on, or the alternate pedal note that's going on with the low E string, the thickest string here, the 6th string or the low E string. So we're going to hit that between all the notes that we're hitting on the 5th string. So let me play the whole thing slowly. There's a little chunk on the E, and then we're going to slide up on the on the A string to the 7th. Give it some vibrato, and then do the same thing to the 5, and then the same thing to the 4. And that note right there, not in the minor pentatonic, so it gives it a bit of a flavor that you don't always have in sort of pure hard rock, which is usually minor pentatonic and blues scale. So that note's a pretty cool note. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Now that sound might be pretty familiar also. You hear a line like that in Dazed and Confused, and also if you're a David Bowie fan, you'll hear it in Width of a Circle, Mick Ronson on the guitar. that sort of thing. Okay, here's the back half of this. Let me play that slowly. We're going to start out on the 5th string, or on the A string. There's a lot of palm muting going on here. So I'm palm muting pretty aggressively, starting on the 5th string 7th, which is an E note. Okay? And then to the D5, D7, and then we're going to do a double pull off here, 8, 7, 5. And you got to open up the mute just a little bit. Back to 7, and then on the A string we're going to play 7 again. So here it is. Now notice I use my 2nd finger to play on the 5th string because that helps me mute, or that helps me block out the ringing on the 4th string, and it keeps that aggressive sort of tone going. I don't want it bleeding over like this. I don't want that. I want this. And using my 2nd finger and my third finger on the 4th and my 2nd finger on the 5th helps with that. All right, that's lick 2. All right, gang. Well, I hope you enjoyed learning these 2 licks. If you did, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? And while you're at it, why don't you check out the full lesson from my guitar school by clicking on the link below. Hope to see you there. All right, and we will see you on down the road.